study. We're going to study, and this is for the whole group, what I'm showing you. We are studying sustainability, and I'm going through, I don't know if you know those, it's the Sustainable Development Goals that the UN developed. And I like the way they usually show it like as a block, but I like this pyramid because it shows you that to be sustainable, what is at the heart is the people. And so we do, sustainability in the environment is not just the environment. We'll also look at issues like poverty and good education, good water, gender equality. So the people are the base. And when you add the environment, those protect the land and the water, everything, it is what a concept that's been developed more and more, which is the idea of being an eco-citizen. And that's really what we're going to be looking at. What is an eco-citizen? What they do is not really doing it or not. We're not going to take it for granted. We'll be critical. So here's the intermediate curriculum. Like I said, we're going to discover the culture and history of Nantes, very rich. Learn about sustainability. We'll do like the guide of the lazy eco-citizen. We will see how are you doing a good job on that. You will obviously develop your language skills because you will be immersed in this and meet and interact with new people. So I have a lot of plans for you to meet people, but I will put a disclaimer out, guys. It will depend on COVID. If it's, I might have to scale it down just for us to stay safe, just for you to know. I don't want you to be disappointed. It's for health reasons, but I will make sure if we cannot meet the people in flesh, well, I'll try to do the Zoom thing. I know it's not as fun, but we'll definitely meet people. So for French, the way it's set up, as you can see, the first part of the summer is French 4, the second part is French 5. For the advanced group, it's a little different. You do the classes for the 4 weeks, but 1 hour is for a class, next hour is 1 hour. See what I mean? And we go through exactly the same book as we would at UCLA, which is called Encore. And we go through the same chapters, chapter 1, 2, and 3. But you see, I added, and I'll explain to you what those pictures are. I added things that are connected to Nantes. So if you go to symbols, it's what we call l'hermine de Bretagne. This is the symbol of Brittany. And so you'll be invited to go in the streets of Nantes and try to locate it. Can you see it somewhere? Les valeurs, well, the picture you have here, it's not just the picture. It's an urban farm that is located in the Village Solidaire, the Solidarity Village. It's a place that was built to try to help homeless people to get reacquainted with society in a way. And one of the things that they have is they have urban farms. So connection with nature is the way to help homeless people find their way back into society. And so those people are homeless. And we'll study family, and France has this, I think it's European actually. They have like zéro déchet, énergie positive. It's a family challenge to trash as little as possible and spend as little as possible as energy. And Nantes sort of like took the challenge as a city, so we'll see how they did. And you can see if yourself you could do good or not. How you doing? French 5. It's so same thing. We would follow the same chapters as if you were at UCLA. Chapter so l'identité, but we add also, as you can see, l'identité bretonne. Okay, disclaimer. You see those hats? They're not from Nantes. What you're gonna find out is that every village, city had their own hat, and that was a way to identify where they came from in Brittany. So I can tell you they come from le Pays Bigoudin, which is the heart of Brittany. But they are the most famous one because they have been so striking. L'Amitié, again, this is another part of the Solidarity Village where they have cafes and places where the homeless that are being housed in that place can meet the people. So hopefully COVID will allow us to go play ugly foot with them. Les Apparences, and I gave you a picture of the most famous street in France, Crébillon. The Nantes even created a verb. We don't go shopping in Nantes, we go crébillonner, which means that you're going to go in that street and check the stores. And Les Défis, obviously, that was an easy one, with the environment, global warming, what's going on with that, okay? So that's the plan for French 4 and 5. And for the advanced group, just for you to know, the French 191B is completely about the environment. And the 130 is about culture in Nantes. So we do talk about the Brittany culture and also one more thing that I'll mention, trade, slave trade. This is the tentative schedule, like a daily routine type thing. I would confirm all this, but the idea is that you would have classes in the morning, 2.5 hours with a break in the middle, because otherwise your brain's going to explode. You have a lunch break, and sometime we'll do lunch together, and some other time you go to lunch with your friends. And in the afternoon, it will be either a free activity or we'll do a visit with the group. Okay, some of it will be with a guide, and some of it will be with me. You know, it's not necessarily. I like the idea of walking on our own pace too, and not having to visit with guides. And we'll be reading for French 4 and 5. A short excerpt from a book that's very famous. It's called La Forme d'une Ville. And it's particularly interesting because the author is recounting all the walks he took in Nantes in 1920. So the question is how Nantes is different a century later. So in the advanced group, we'll read longer excerpt. In French 4 and 5, they'll be shorter. And this is a guide de Nantes, une bande dessinée, so we'll discover Nantes through Nantes. Okay? And we'll do places where we either go on our own or go with the guide. And also, I wanted the group to be more cohesive, so we will do also every week a little group meeting in the afternoon. And I'm hoping the weather will be nice enough for us to go to a park, just to sit down and just talk about experiences, the visit, what we found amazing, but also what we found challenging. You know, I try to help each other as a group to understand what's going on. Okay. The tough thing, some dates regarding exams. It's important to know. So you have a final exam for French 4 on June 29th. The French 5 final exam is on July 12th. On the 13th, you have an oral exam. It's kind of oral exam / preparing the presentation because you have a project I'm going to talk about in a minute. It's called Mapping My Nantes. And this is something you will present to the entire group, also the advanced group. And it's something that should be fun, not like too stressing or anything. It should be something fun. Like I want to share with the group my summer in Nantes. And then you have a final project. I'll give you more detail in a minute. Let's do in September. Okay, so the mapping my Nantes. Obviously, I don't have anything to show you that is actual project, because we've done it so far, but it's using my maps on Google, and it allows you to drop a pin and add a text, a picture, and now you can add a video too. So if you want to do short videos, you can do that. And so this is something, this is what you present to the group. That'll be a lot of fun. And the final project, I was inspired by a book called Why LA, Pourquoi Paris, where you have like places that are put together. And here you will do my Nantes. Okay, I said why LA, but it could be any other city you know very well. If you're from San Francisco, for example, you could say Pourquoi Nantes, why San Francisco? And you would basically build upon your my maps, my Nantes